Bring it back with an all-in.
Das Eigentor.
Trip check.
Was ist jetzt?
Trip checks, guys. Trip checks. That's nice. He went all in with ace jack, and he raised with king jack. That's the notice from under the gun. He raised with king jack and called the all-in. Maybe I would have called that too, but I wouldn't have raised with the king jack from under the gun. At least I doubt that I would have raised the king jack. I'm looking for king queen or above, really. King jack is not a good hand against anything, unless he has pocket tens or lower. He went all in with the ace jack, and they both hit trip jacks. I wonder how the odds are on that. Those guys hit trip jacks in a hand where they have king jack against ace jack. I've seen it quite a lot happen. Happens quite often. I doubt the odds are above 1%. I don't know, maybe. We could calculate that for you. Just see, there are 5 cards coming, just 2 jacks left. For 1 jack to appear with each card, it's 2%. So it's 10% for the first, it's 20% for 1 jack to appear. All 5 cards. And it's 8% for the other. So 20% multiplied with 8% is 0.6%. Is it? Yeah, it's got to be 0.6%. It's over 1% to appear. They have 2 jacks appear. 5 cards, there are only 2 of them. First one is 4%, multiplied with 5 is 20%. And the second one, 4 cards, multiplied with 2% is 8%. And 20% multiplied with 8% is 0.6%. That's not too unlikely. Almost 2% to have that. Not bad. $3.10 is it's a nice hand. Just gotta tell my girlfriend I'm not playing Destiny tonight with her. I have had enough of Destiny. I'm playing poker tonight. Played Destiny the last couple of days. Iron Banner went, and I'm sick of it. I have to get to level 4. I will do that tomorrow. I have a lot of time tomorrow, and I will do that tomorrow with my hunter. He's already at 3.75. And then I will take one of her characters and try to get some body armor. In case you're watching Destiny, because my channels are both a lot about Destiny lately. I really like that game. Bungie did a great job giving us a gun game that is really, really a lot of fun. I haven't had that much fun since Counter-Strike, Quake, and Unreal Tournament. Probably the next big multiplayer game. And I didn't like Call of Duty that much, because it was too slow, too little of jumping. Maybe the Advanced Warfare is better, but I had Destiny and I didn't check on the Advanced Warfare really, because I liked the weapons in Destiny a lot more. There are so many different weapons and so much fun you can have there with your super and everything. As an all-in, it will definitely be called getting these odds. It's 2-1. She's still asking me to play with her. I can't. Lady, I'm in a big $1 million tournament right now, and I will certainly not waste it. Even if I would like to play with you, Ace King is probably going to win. I would have not won it. That's just for you to have a look at that. I don't really care. I could never call it the Jack 6. Ace-7, 300. I am the last one to call. I get 6-1. I have to call this. It's not a bad flop for us. Just see what happens. If he moves all in, I will definitely call this. He will probably not go all in with the king. That's a very small bet. I don't want to call that, really. I really don't. How can he not have a king? I have to call it. Just see if he thinks I have a king and just checks it down. If he bets again, I definitely put him on a king. Put him on a king on the flop, to be honest. Betting against 3 guys. Or one goes all in easily, yeah. If it's a king, I shouldn't have called the flop. King or high pair that he had earlier. But I think only a king can continue there. Me calling against 3 guys on the flop. I didn't want to call pre-flop because, I mean, a7 isn't really a good hand, but I mean, I'm getting 6-1 on a call. What can you do there? The flop wasn't too bad either. So it was just that he had a king. So, I mean, I would have won it if nobody had a king or a big pair. And calling once just tells me that he had to have a king. But why would he continue if I just call on the flop? I would never raise a king there because I'm most likely ahead and I want to lose him. So why would he keep betting on the turn if he hadn't have a king? Doesn't make sense. Of course, you can argue that he knew I didn't have a king. Maybe I had pocket tens also. He thought, and he would get me off without having anything. But the bet against 3 players told me that he had to have a king because both were very low stacked. This one was low and this one was low, and I doubt that he would have continued the bluff on the turn and bet on the river on the flop against 3 guys without having a king. There he has a king again, and he has a nut flush as well, which is not the absolute nuts, but the highest flush, or the straight flush out there as well. What did he call with pocket 3s? Wow, he got to the river with pocket 3s, and he called with the flush on the river. 12k pot. Congratulations. I wouldn't have called with a 4-9 on the river. Probably not even on the turn. Definitely raises that up with the ace-8. He's probably gonna steam now and call. Yes. And this is the worst player on this table, I think. And he's close second. I will not bet into them. I will try to make my straight or hit an ace on the turn. Without any one of them will fold anything. And there on the blinds they were likely to have hit anything here, so I will not do anything about that. I'll probably call if somebody tries to bluff me. I don't know, 772. Ah, there's an 8. I don't know how good that is. Checks. Yeah. Got lucky there on the river, but I mean, it was obvious he didn't have a big hand there. I mean, he had ace queen, which was a big hand at the small line, but on the flop, it was obvious that he didn't have anything. And on the turn, the bet just screamed to me, bluff, I want to take the pot down. And I would have bet the river if I hadn't hit anything and he checked it to me, so I was in position as well. So I was certain to take down the pot unless he goes crazy on the river. Didn't solely call for the straight draw, of course, because I was not getting the odds for that. I was really calling to hit an ace, which would have been bad, of course, but that I didn't know at the time. An ace or a 7 and to bluff it. That's a lot of the portion I reckon there to bluff the river, or maybe have the best hand even if you had like king jack, king queen, queen jack. Would have had the best hand. Just still bluffed him. I will try to play the 5-8 suited here in position against this guy who is not playing very well too. He bluffed me a couple of times. It's a good flop for us. But I can't really bet it because any ace will put me all in probably, especially him. I really want to check that and hit another 5-8 or club, and then I will go probably all the way with it. It's not a good card for us. But it seems like nobody has an ace, so I can definitely bet it here or just check call it. Probably gonna check call it. Maybe better, I don't know. 646. That's definitely a call. I doubt he will have anything good here. Betting this little into 3 guys with that play on the flop and before the flop. I doubt he will have anything strong. Maybe pocket deuces. And now there's a king. That's a really bad card. I misplayed the hand, but I mean, what can you do? King is a really bad card. Especially because it's not the king of clubs. That would have been better. I can't bluff it, really. I can only bluff a king, and I doubt anyone will fold a king. So I can just check and hope for the best. Hope my 8 is still good. I mean, a 7, 6, 4, anything would have been decent, but this is not it. Could be still ahead, but I don't want to try. I should have bet the flop with the hand and went all in if somebody had raised me. But I thought I was playing it better the way I did, because then I would have gotten the free card on the turn and maybe on the river, and I think you have a good chance to hit anything there. At least 50% to improve your hand on the flop. At least 50. Hit in 5, 8 or club. Or do not deproof your hand. Like with the king, I mean, 7, 4, 6, deuce, anything would have been fine. Another ace would have been perfect. But a king is not really a good hand. Not really a good card for us. So Monkey Butch is taking in a lot of chips from Ireland. He's got 30k. I fold the Jack King, as I told you earlier. Jack King is not a good hand. Never know where you're at, and you can't call a re-raise. Certainly not calling an all-in with that unless he goes, and I don't really want that too. So just fold it right away and play better hands. Better hands mean like the 5-8 suited I played earlier, where you can hit a triple draw, really good draw, heavy draw to flush and straight. Possibilities, not the King Jack offsuit. King Jack suited is another case, maybe. Because then you can hit a flush draw with 2 overcards, which is fine.